everyone, it is Toby here, back for another video, and today we have returned to the bedroom gym. We are back. As you can see, all of the stuff from the garage gym has been returned next to my bed in my Cardiff bedroom. Tiny little space, but it works. There's enough space just about to do everything that I like to do. So, without further ado, let's jump into what we are going to be doing in today's session. So today we are into the final 2 weeks of the program. I apologise once again for the lighting in here. It's not as good as the garage gym, but it'll do. It's better than nothing. We're into the final 2 weeks of the program, and that means we are going for some PRs. So on the first PR week of the program, we go for a bench PR and a squat PR, with the other 2 days or 3 days of the program being deload days. Then on the final week, we do a deadlift and a log PR. With everything else being deload as well. And that gives your body enough rest and enough time to recoup and recover before restarting the program cycle. And you also hopefully get some PRs out of it as well. So today, as you've probably seen by the title, we are going for a bench press PR. My pressing has been feeling really, really strong, and I really feel like I can get that 115 kilo up. Finally, I've been trying for a long time, but I've been getting 105 consistently for triples, 100 consistently for fives. So I've got a feeling that 115 might be going up today. But after that, we'll just do the normal bench press day just to finish myself off, you know, some pin press, some incline dumbbell, you know, that sort of thing, and just finish the session off as you would. But without further ado, the first thing we're going to do is we're going to jump straight into bench. So before we move on to a PR, let me show you how I warm up and what I do. So in a montage style, let's get straight in to bench pressing. Warm-up's done. That might be the fastest time I have ever put up a 100 kg bench. That thing moved like a rocket. That was super fast. It's my final warm-up before 115. I'm very happy with how it went, how it moved. All of them have been explosive. They've been fast. I've kept tight, done well. If I fail this PR now, I have no excuses. I just am the world's worst bench presser. I'm feeling good. I'm moving warm-ups faster than I've ever moved warm-ups before. Let's stop chattering, let's get it, let's do it. 115 on the bar, let's go. Easy. Well, that was easy. Oh my goodness, not even a grind, literally straight up. Oh, I'm so happy with that. Been trying to get 115 on bench for a long, long time. I'm going to load up 120 and see if I can get that now. I'm just going to keep going up until I fail. Why not? Let's do it. Next time. Well, what a grind, eh? What a grind. 120 defeated me today, but had I not done 115 just before it, I reckon 120 would have gone with a bit of a grind. But obviously I wanted to be safe and do the 115. That's what I've been trying to get for ages. 120 will get next time. 6 weeks time when I redo the program and PR again, 120 will go up, I'm sure. because that was really close, really close. It just started slowing down and it got to that sticking point and I got out of the groove. My left arm started being weaker than my right, and it just, yeah, never going to get it once you stop. So very happy. Maybe if I had a lift out or like a spotter or something, I would have been able to grind through it. But you know what? Doesn't matter. I'm very happy still. I got with the PR of 115, which was my goal for today. Very happy. And look at how that flew. That absolutely flew up the 115. Really smooth. No grind whatsoever. I'm really comfortable with that weight now. Very happy about that. Very happy. So now what we're going to move on to is we're going to do some back off sets, drop it down to about 90 kilo, do a couple more singles, just to, you know, practice that form, really nail it in, and then we're going to move on to some pin press. So that is now the main set of bench done, just a normal off the chest bench. Now what I would like to move on to is the pin press. I like to do these after I bench because it's a little bit of a variation. Obviously, my sticking point, as you saw, is about half a foot off the chest, not even that. Yeah, a couple inches off the chest is where I struggle. So by doing pin press, setting the pins so you're pressing from a dead stop rather than bouncing off your chest is a really good way to roast and toast the triceps and work that lockout. So I like to do heavier weight on this, low reps and high sets. So I like to do 8 sets of 1, 2 or 3 reps depending on what my top set was. So my top set today was obviously a heavy single 1 rep max. So I'll do 8 sets of 1, a very low volume day to day, but high weight, high intensity because of the high weight. And I like to leave as little rest as I can between the sets because I like to obviously treat it, instead of 8 sets of 1, I almost treat it as 1 set of 8, but I do take a maximum of a minute rest between sets. And it's going to get difficult. Pushing through a dead stop is very difficult, but that is honestly what has helped me keep my bench press so smooth and stop the sticking point with the like 115 and stuff. That's why it was so smooth working that sticking point. And if you notice, my 120 sticking point was a lot higher off my chest than it was in previous attempts of the 115. So very happy that that seems to be working, my sticking point. Obviously I'm now gonna change where I put the pins to a little bit higher. So before I'd have it about an inch off my chest, now I'm going to have it a couple inches off my chest and really focus on pressing from that sticking point and hopefully negate that in the future. So today we are going to be doing 8 sets of 1 at 80% of the 1 rep max. Obviously that is the same as what I've just done for the drop down sets of the full range of motion, but it's going to be slightly easier because we're not doing full range of motion. We're doing just the lockout part, but pushing from a dead stop's a lot harder. So yeah, 8 sets of 1, control down to the stop, pause when you hit the safeties, and then explode off of them to lock out and re-rack. So 8 sets of 1, I'm just going to do that in one big montage style once again so you can see what I'm doing, and then I'll join you with the next exercise. There we go, pin press is done. Felt pretty nice, didn't feel too hard. Triceps are lovely and pumped now. Yeah, feeling really good. I know there was only 7 videos. I forgot to record my second set of them. So don't yell at me that I haven't done all 8 sets or whatever. I just forgot to record one of them. But yeah, that was pretty easy, pretty good. Feeling happy, feeling pretty toasted now. I think it's time we move on to something else. So what I like to do after I do my normal bench, my pin press, my variations, I love to move on to an incline, either dumbbell or barbell press, because that is, more close to what I like to do in Strongman. The log press, you lean a bit back. It's a bit more of an incline press. Bench at the minute for me is just more of like not an ego lift, but something I just want to do. It's not really a thing in Strongman. It's just something I want to get up and see where I can push. So the other accessories are more aligned towards getting my log press up and my overhead better. So we'll move on to some form of incline. I think we're going to try and do dumbbell today because I did barbell last week. So yeah, we'll get some dumbbell, get some unilateral work, see what we can sort of work up to. I like to do 3 or 4 sets of 6 with the top weight, alternating arms. I'll just show you one of the top sets because it's dumbbell press. You've seen it all before. So film one of the top sets, which you'll see now. So these are 32.5 kilo dumbbells, what I'll be using for the top set. Would usually go a bit heavier than this if I was doing them double-handed, but I'm going to be leaving one hand at the top to then do the single hand, and I'm going to use a neutral grip to more mimic the log press. So without further ado, let's get into the top sets. Oh, so something more difficult about that is obviously they're massive dumbbells because I have to use plate loadable ones. So I can't do a wide grip, otherwise I'll be way out here. It's just not safe. So the neutral grip is sort of a multi-purpose. But I'm going to do that for 2 more sets of 6 and then we'll move on to something else. So dumbbells done. You saw one of my top sets there. I did 3 sets of 6. The last set I only got 5 on the left arm. It was just absolutely fried. I am getting pretty fried. My triceps are getting there. My chest is getting there. So now it's time for the 2 optional exercises. So these don't mean that I don't do them. They just mean I can choose what assistance exercises I want to do based on what mood I'm in. So today we're going to be using the barbell just behind me there to do some barbell skull crushers. We're going to work up to 35 kilo and do 3 sets of 12 and 1 failure set. Just to toast off the triceps once and for all, and then we'll discover what I'm feeling and how I feel for the final exercise. So I'll just show you the failure set because that will be the fun one of how many I can get on my last set, which will be coming up in just a second, and then we'll discuss what I'm going to get and what I'm going to do for the final optional exercise. So I only got about 10 on the failure set there. Embarrassing, but you know what? My triceps are absolutely fried. They're so pumped. It's a struggle to hold the phone up this high. It's absolutely roasted me. And I now need to think of something new to do for the other exercise because I don't have my bands with me. They're my brother's resistance bands that I used to use, and they're back at home, obviously because they're his. So I need to think of now another tricep or chest exercise or something along those lines, an assistance exercise that's not going to kill me too much because my triceps are absolutely roasted. So I'm going to have a think, let my triceps de-pump a little bit, and then I'll come back with you with what we're going to do. All right, I think my chest and triceps are pretty much done. I don't think any sort of more assistance exercise would be any good. I think it would just make me sore in the morning, and it's not really worth it in my opinion. So I'm going to do just a bit of core, just do some hanging leg raises from the pull-up bar up there. I'm not going to film them. They're a really boring exercise. I'm really bad at them, and I just don't think it really fits with the video. This video is all about benching and pressing. So a strong core is very important for all strongman movements, so I just fit it in wherever I want to. What we are going to end with properly, though, is my bodyweight finisher. We're going to do dips, but the problem is I have to set up my dip bar now in the kitchen door, and I don't really want to go and film in the kitchen and all that sort of thing. It's a bit just a student kitchen and it's a bit grim. There's probably people in there, so just going to do that off camera and jump back with you with what I actually did. So that is everything done for today's session. The hanging leg raises didn't go that well. I just got 5 or 6 in one set, 2 or 3 in another, and half of one in the last. My hanging leg raises are not great. My core isn't that great for like crunches or anything like that. It's just very good at being stable. Also, this light beam here is really annoying, but I can't get rid of it. I did try. So you're just going to have to get just annoy it. Just get used to it, ignore it, that sort of thing. So yeah, hanging leg raises really didn't go well. My core is hurting very much. And then the dips, they went all right. So on my dip station at home, it's a bit more stable, a bit more solid, so I can get more dips on there. I think I've got like 10 or 12 on the one at home. This one's one of the ones you slot into a doorway off a pull-up bar. A little bit more unstable, a little bit more difficult. So I only got 5 or 6 a set, nothing too big. But it's a lovely finisher for the triceps, and I am looking pretty massive here. My shoulders are all pumped up from the bench. Obviously my arms are from the dips. The triceps, pretty massive. I'm getting a bit leaner now as well. I'm down to just below 98 kilos now. So yeah, very, very happy. I'm losing body fat. I'm looking a lot better. I'm feeling a lot better, and I'm getting stronger. I'm setting PRs, and yeah, that's what it's all about. So everything's going really well in my training at the minute. My new program behind me on the wall here has been really helping me. I finally think I've knuckled down exactly what my body likes and how my body responds to training, exactly the amount of time I need before a deload week, that sort of thing. So I'm really happy with that. I have actually started selling programs over on Instagram, so if you're interested with that, go follow my Instagram in the link in the description. Drop me a DM or something, and we can work something out. I've got a couple up there at the minute. I can also write custom ones if you really want for a little bit more money. But anyway, that's been me. I hope you enjoyed the video. Really happy that I smashed a new PR and it went so easily. 120 will go next time. I'm finally got a bench PR on camera in a session. It feels really good. I'm really, really happy with that. Usually I just have them in one-off sessions I don't record, but finally to have one in a session that I have recorded is really, really nice, and I'm really happy with that. So yeah, if you've made it this far, leave a like in celebration of me getting a new PR. Let me know down in the comments below what your bench PR is and what your bench goals are for this year. And of course, if you've made it this far in the video and you haven't considered subscribing, I don't know why not. Please do. It really helps out the channel. We're trying to push for 250 subscribers by Valentine's Day, 1,000 subscribers by the end of the year. I'm sure we could do it, so you guys need to help me out. But anyway, thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed. I've been Toby, and I will see you in the next video.